Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's the ChatGTM podcast. I was actually assuming that you were coming back. If it's the first time, welcome to the show. It's your host, Michael Beck, and his partner in crime, Mr. Chad Horn. Chad, how you be in the room of amazing art? What's going on today?
And the amazing art. Well, it's not only do I have the art always in the background, I am wearing art today. I know, look at this. Look at this. This
What's
is in
that all
honor of
about?
our guest today.
Oh,
She gifted me with this shirt, and I love it. And my kids love it even more.
it is colorful. It actually matches the room, and I'm excited to get started with Dina here, but we're going to pretend she's in the green room for one more minute because we got to do our read-in. But Chad, how do we run into Dina? How'd this
So we
happen?
were introduced to Dina by one of our good friends, Daniel Martinez.
One of my
And
favorite
while
people.
we were
Yeah.
at a conference last fall, he said, "Hey, I know know it's difficult to leave the event when everything's going on here, and it was a very busy event, but you got to try my friend Dina's smoothies. They'll blow your
I
mind."
have
I'm
so
like,
much
"Yeah,
FOMO
okay,
because I
Daniel,
didn't get to
sure,
go.
well." But he was right. We made
Yeah.
the trip, and it was so worth it. And
Did
it's
it live
led
up to the
to
hype?
us. What's that?
Did it live up to the hype?
It exceeded the hype.
Not even
At a
more.
time
Yeah,
where so few things do, this exceeded the hype greatly.
that is awesome. Well, let's go ahead and do our read in as we like to do, and then we'll get to our amazing guest, Miss Dina, here in a moment. I am so excited about this too, just for a number of reasons, especially because you're a hard person to please, Chad. Like, I've told you about things that are amazing, phenomenal, like, yeah.
Yeah.
And when you came back talking about Dina's smoothies and whatever you had over there, you were literally glowing. And I don't know if that's the effect of fresh, delicious juice or that you just had something that sparked with you. So
I think it was called
I'm
Cloud
excited.
Nine, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, okay. So here we go. So today's guest didn't just build a restaurant, she built a solution. Her name's Dina Mitchell, and she's the founder of Power Soul Cafe, a 24-hour certified gluten-free fast food concept built on one belief: eating safe food shouldn't feel like a risk. For millions of people with celiac disease and food sensitivity, it usually does. And Dina saw the problem firsthand, decided to fix it. Not with a tweak, but with a full rebuild of what fast food could be. This isn't about trends, it's about trust. And now she's taken that mission even bigger, stepping into the Shark Tank to show the world what happens when purpose meets execution. Decades in the restaurant industry led her here, but this is personal. So today we're getting into the mindset behind building something that actually helps people live better. Dina, welcome to the show.
Hi. Hi. Thanks for having me on. Wow, I couldn't have said that any better or written it. Thank you for saying that.
Did I get it right?
You
Sometimes
got
I
it
do.
100% right.
Awesome.
100% right. In fact, I was like, did I write that? No, no, you did it right. Thank you.
Woo! Love it, love it. So how are you today?
I'm great. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, there's so much exciting stuff, especially happening in your space, and people being so aware of what food can do to their bodies, right? Or how, I mean, literally, we absorb what we eat, we are what we eat. Literally, it's never been more true. And the more that we know about this stuff, it seems that what you're doing is even more important. And there's people that sincerely believe what you believe, and that helps live a better life. That's what Simon Sinek said. Find people who believe what you believe, and you will be successful. And I love that. You know. So tell us a little bit about your journey. You've said eating safe food is a human right, right? When did that stop being an idea and become something you had to build?
Well, because it didn't exist. I mean, I created a place that I wish existed. And when I say safe food, I'm talking about people with food allergies and
Hmm.
celiac disease. When you talk about safe food, it just didn't exist. In fact, people with celiac disease really live in a constant state of paranoia, worrying about what they eat, that like just one trace of gluten can send them to the hospital. It's not just a tummy ache, and it's definitely not a fad. I mean, we're talking about safe food. They deserve a safe place to eat, to let their guard down and eat anything off the menu. And they deserve some place to go and eat with friends where they don't feel like an inconvenience. They deserve a place to go and eat where they don't have to ask a million questions. Are you changing your gloves? Is there a chance? Basically, is there a chance of cross contamination? They deserve that. And kids deserve that. And
Yeah.
that is where I guess I just became so mission driven in regards to that, to providing that. And the way I provide that is with third party certification. And I chose the company with the strictest standards in the industry, less than 5 parts per million, ppm, where the FDA standard is less than 20 parts per million. But there is still a chance of cross contamination in that because, for example, oats grow next to wheat. So unless they're isolated and that care is taken, there's a chance of cross contamination. Oats or any item, ingredient can be produced in the same manufacturer or produced on the same equipment where there's a chance of cross contamination. Chance of cross contamination, imagine raw chicken. I think we all know if you touch raw chicken, you don't put your hands in your mouth. If you touch raw chicken, you don't touch something else, you wouldn't, right? You wouldn't put the same container or same utensil in touching raw chicken and touch something else. That's the same with gluten. That's literally the same. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. And people with celiac disease have found that they need to kind of dumb it down in order for people to understand. They'll say things like, I have a gluten allergy, thinking people will treat it, with more urgency or more treat it like it's important. But really what it comes from, it's an autoimmune disorder. And autoimmune disorders are so confusing to doctors, to people, etc. And people with celiac disease, it's a journey in its own for them to be diagnosed with celiac disease. And invasive test. For example, one test is that you have to eat gluten every day for 30 days, and they have to retest you to see exactly how your villi and how your body responded. So you think this makes you sick, and it has made you sick before, but do it for 30 days just so we make sure.
Right.
And then they get identified. And generally what happens is they say, you know what, you have celiac disease. Well, what's that? Well, it's an autoimmune disorder where your villi in your small intestine, which it treats gluten like an enemy, decides instead of attacking the gluten, it attacks your body. So these little villi, then not only can they not absorb nutrients, but they are going to make you feel horrible. One of like 50 something symptoms, and they're not going to be the same. Oh, wow. What's the cure? No cure. Just don't eat gluten.
Wow.
Well, where's gluten? In wheat, barley, and rye. Here's a pamphlet. Bye-bye.
Right.
That's basically how it happens. So now these people with celiac disease are trying to figure it out. No wheat, barley, or rye. Look for things that say gluten-free. Well, it says gluten-free, which is less than 20 parts per million. But what about the cross-contamination? So I guess what I'm trying to say is it's complicated in its own. People with celiac disease should not have to live in a constant state of paranoia, which causes anxiety.
Yeah.
They deserve a safe place. And I wanted to give that. And I'm not only giving that, but I'm doing it as an eat to live fast food brand using better for you ingredients. For example, my pizzas are made with ingredients imported from Italy, grown without pesticide. My fresh mozzarella, again from Italy, is made from small little farms all over Europe. Some farms as little as just 10 cows, and produce the old world style without citric acid. My canned tomatoes, those also come from Italy, grown on one of the same 40 odd farms that grows that DOP San Marzano tomato, organically grown, enriched by the volcanic soil with minerals. I have been to these farms and factories around the world to learn about what makes it great. It's not up to me to say this is better for you. It's not up for me to say this is the best. I want to help educate people on what Eat to Live is and why just about anyone who's been to Italy can come back and say, the food tastes so much better there. I feel great over there, but yet we come back to America, and why is it if I eat the same thing, I feel like crap?
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of that comes down to small produced as opposed to mass produced with pesticides, with a lack of care to flavor or health. And Eat to Live cost more. But would you rather pay more for your food today or with your health later with something that may never be able to turn around?
Wow.
That's what I created. And I did it 24 hours with a drive-through.
Wow. Chad?
So Dina, with as informed as you are on everything related to food purity and gluten free and what the those that audience goes through, people would naturally assume that's who it's for, right? And that's not me. However, what really stood out to me was how good the food tastes, and of course, hearing the background on how healthy it is as well. What is the connection? Like, how are you able to walk on both sides of that? Like, this food tastes amazing and it's healthier. And what is that connection between health and quality taste?
Well, I don't know if either of you have been to Italy. Have you?
Yeah.
And do you like to eat?
Well, yeah, of course.
We're
Okay.
in this
And
industry.
okay. So did you go to Italy because it was healthier.
I went for the culture, the environment, and the food is just delicious. I didn't really think
Right.
about health.
Exactly. So when the food was just delicious is what you remember, not that it was healthier. So that's my point. I was able to do it. And that's part of the reason why, or the majority of the reason why, I went to farms and factories around the world and toured them and then told the story on my Facebook and on Instagram, because I didn't want to say, this is the very best. I wanted to teach people what these farms and factories do, and then them to decide themselves, is it worth it to them? So the connection really has to do with just using better for you ingredients that just happen to taste better. I don't know if either one of you had grew up where you had a garden in your backyard and how great carrots tasted out of there, or
Nothing better like
tomatoes.
a fresh tomato. Oh my gosh.
So that's Italy.
Yeah.
Because those are just organically grown, natural, not mass produced ingredients. And that's what I wanted to bring to here. So it absolutely costs more. My fresh mozzarella cost me more than 3 times of any fresh mozzarella that I can get here in America, or any mozzarella. My tomatoes are more than double. Even my vanilla extract, pure vanilla extract, is more than 100 times more expensive than anything I could buy. I didn't want to use cheap ingredients. I decided to have, number one, a gluten-free brand. Number two, I realized it was important to be certified gluten-free. I was already there. And then I decided, when I'm trying, because I did an extensive bit of traveling, I realized how much better the food was. It's like, wait a minute, I'm already here. Why don't I use better for you ingredients? And it's just one step after the other.
Wow. You call this a movement, not just a restaurant. What moment made you realize people weren't just customers, they're depending on you?
Good question. When they come and they tell me and they thank me for what I've created, and they tell me their story, and they have tears in their eye and want to hug me because they haven't been able to have a corn dog since they were 5, or since before they were diagnosed. That right there, I realized, was a movement. A movement because it's not easy. A movement because it feels like I'm carrying it on my shoulders. It feels like it's a constant fight. So a movement because we have a mission, and because it takes every single day working harder and smarter and fighting for it. So to me, that's why I call it a movement, because it needs to change, I believe. And I don't think it's ever going to completely change. Because, gosh, our culture as Americans, we don't want to pay more for food. In fact, probably nobody does. But in America, particularly when things are mass produced, it costs less, and things are hard enough, the last thing they want to do is pay more for food, even if it is better for them. So it's, yeah, I guess it's a long-winded answer of saying that it's something that I felt that needed to happen. It is a passion, mission-driven brand, and it's a movement because it needs to change.
Well, thanks for that vulnerability and that sharing that part of yourself with us. Thank you for that.
So Dina Beck said that that I'm difficult to please, and yet one of the things, what reminds me is one of the things that he introduced me to that I absolutely love, home run Beck, was the introduction to the movie Sisu. Now you probably haven't heard of it, but the guy, it's about a Finnish commander in the military, World War II era, and he goes through hell and back, getting shot, heat, but this guy won't die. He never quits, no matter what happens. And of all the reasons that we've talked about, none of them are the main reason I think Power Soul Cafe is going to be a mega success. It's you. You are that kind of person who's just going to, whatever beating, no matter what, you are not going to quit. So I want to ask you, where does that come from?
Right? Because you wish that you could duplicate it. You do. You want to duplicate it with other people. It's ingrained in me. It really has to do with like how I grew up. I didn't have advantage. I grew up with a disadvantage, and I learned pretty quickly crying about it or asking for sympathy wasn't tangible. I still had things that I needed. So what I learned, and it wasn't something that somebody told me, if you want something, you have to work for it. That didn't identify it. It was really learning that if I wanted something, I had to work for it. For example, my drive started probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old with wanting red vines. It was candy. that was my driver. I wanted candy. And being that my mother, we didn't, we had a disadvantage, food stamps didn't allow you to buy candy. So as a kid, you don't really understand that, or maybe I wasn't given the explanation. So I'd ask my mom, can I have this candy? She would say no. And so then I would be in a supermarket and I'd ask some stranger, can you buy me this? Because my mom can't afford it, which pretty much got me a beating out of embarrassment. So couldn't do that. I saw a lady begging for money outside a supermarket. I'm like, I'm going to try that. And imagine this little kid and I'm asking for money, and I got scolded it was an older lady, scolded. Who are you? You can't do that. I tried stealing, got caught. Okay. I still haven't figured out how to get this. What I realized is by going around the neighborhood and knocking on doors and asking if anyone had an odd job, I would do anything so I can have candy, so I can have money. And then I would walk all the way down the hill, and I don't remember how far that was. It could have been miles. And as a kid, you don't care how far you walk. And I would walk all the way down the hill, and then I would go buy Red Vines. The kind of ironic part of this whole story is Red Vines has gluten.
I knew that was coming. Was it money?
That
Your mom
was
was
the
trying to
biggest.
protect you.
Yeah, and I couldn't understand. It's like I loved it so much. I couldn't understand why I would feel bloated, and how I would feel after it, and even like gain weight, like day before, day after. What is it? What is it? What is it? Because I knew it wasn't sugar. And it has gluten, and I do have autoimmune disorder. I have mine are connective tissues. My mother had lupus, and so being that autoimmune is still like we're still learning about it, it makes you an investigator. Because you're always trying to figure it out. You're always trying to ask your best friend, ChatGPT, what do I have? What's going on? So you ask me where that drive comes from. As a kid, because I am going to figure out a way to get what I feel I need. I'm going to go through, over, around, whatever it takes, or ask somebody else. And if after all that, I still don't get it, to me, that is God and the universe telling me that's not the right way. You're actually supposed to have this, and it's a little easier. So that's where it comes from. It's just ingrained in me.
That's so funny. There's just something very similar there. I'm going to call out. So when I was a little kid, my mom tells a story to everybody. We were at dinner, and on the way into the restaurant, there was a panhandler outside, or a busker, and he's an old blind man, and he's got a cup out front, and he's playing something and singing for his food. And we go and we have dinner, and in the middle of dinner, my mom realizes I'm no longer there, and she can't find me. She's panicking. She's looking everywhere in the restaurant for me. Chad, I think I told this one.
How old were you?
I think I was about 5. And she goes outside and she finds me next to the busker, and now I have my eyes squished up real closed, and I found a can, and I'm out there singing for money with him.
Oh no.
I understand this feeling. So yes, that's amazing. Dina, you built something clearly deeply personal to you. And how do you scale something like that without losing the very thing that made this matter?
You build it to scale. I built this to scale, and that's why I say from the get-go, I already had 15 years experience selling rights in a brand for 15 years and successful at it. So I already had that franchise experience. I just applied it to this and built it to scale. In fact, I say it's built to scale and it really doesn't work, meaning it's not profitable unless it is to scale. So we have all the systems. It's a highly profitable model at the store level due to company structure and restaurant technology. I can literally operate these stores from an office with a bunch of cameras, similar to like a stock market. It's like that. I'm not saying I won't ever go in the stores, but we can monitor it, built to company structure and the restaurant technology. I've made it easy on my employees. We are making at the manufacturer level, all of our food from scratch, fully cooking it, blast freezing it down to -37. So at the store level, they're simply reheating our food from a thawed state. I can reheat a pizza in 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
So this is a commissary model. It's a centralized production kitchen that goes out to your locations?
It's a manufacturer. So it's a manufacturer with 3 clients and some direct to like shipping as well. In the future, hopefully Costco, US, all of them, the grocery, Kroger, etc.
Right.
That is the plan.
CPG,
but yeah,
baby.
We're simply just, it's at the manufacturer level, making all the food -37. Yeah. And that's the different. Commissary is not necessarily going to do, protect the food at -37. I have blast freezers that cost $34,000 each, several of them. And And then, yeah, so it's not just a commons area. It's not just a kitchen in any way. It's a manufacturer right now with 3 clients, our 3
Got it.
stores.
Very cool. Very cool. Chad?
Dina, I love how every aspect of the business, the locations, how you work with your team is so intentional. I want to ask just about the guest experience a bit. Most people, I presume, order from the drive-through, correct?
Yeah, 7 more than usually, and per drive 70%.
7%. So walk me through, I'm a new customer. I've never experienced Power Soul Cafe before. I drive in, walk me through what that's like and what's different about it compared to other chains.
We have a script, and when I say a script, it's not just would you want a medium or want to make that a combo. I wrote a script to ensure the customer has an amazing experience. They have a connection with the employee where the customer is more likely to tip the employee, which means they get rewarded for giving an excellent customer experience. What happens? Hi, welcome to the world's first certified gluten-free fast food brand. My name is Dina. What is your name? Chad? Nice to meet you. Have you been to Power Soul before? No? Okay. Do you want food or smoothies? Okay, both. You got it. Our pizzas are made with ingredients imported from Italy, grown without pesticide. Our fresh mozzarella is made from small little farms all over Europe, some farms as little as just 10 cows, and produce the old world style without citric acid. That right there translates to my entire menu. Our smoothies, we have 3 different categories. They're all 24 ounces. Our fruit smoothies, it's just real fruit and ice blended with turbinado, sugar in the raw. Or you can substitute monk fruit, a sugar alternative, 0 calorie with no aftertaste, and save 200 calories. Our soulful smoothies, those are our healthier smoothies, sweetened with your choice of whole dates or monk fruit to reduce the calories, and your choice of protein, vegan protein or whey protein, which does have dairy, and supplements such as maca from Peru for energy and increase your libido. A little berry from the Amazon called camu camu, which has the highest density of vitamin C, 60 times more than an orange, or baobab from South Africa, which is not just fiber, but it's a collagen booster that I like to pair with collagen for hair, skin, nails, and joints. Which brings me to our cloud smoothies, our Ferrari line of smoothies, which are nutrient dense, organic coconut meat, organic coconut cream, and collagen for hair, skin, nails, and joints. And I call it a super supplement, blue spirulina, for energy and anti-inflammatory that I need because I have autoimmune disorder. I know that seems like a lot, but it's worth it that the customer has a full idea of what it is they want. And that's of somebody who said both, and there's more condensed version, but the point is to get across to them of how we are different.
That will come across.
Wow. Wow. Did you get that full message when you went to the restaurant in Vegas, Chad?
Oh, I didn't go through the drive-through. I probably
Okay.
heard it a time or two, but we walked in, got to see the tour, and it was awesome. Talked to the team.
Very
It
cool.
was really cool.
He
Very
got a
cool.
firsthand just in like normal conversation, like this is what we do, this is what we have.
Love it.
Yeah, but
I missed out.
it's important because prior to having a script, just
Yeah.
saying, how are you? First of all, we need their name in order to proceed with the order. And the name's important, not just to be able to, hi, Chad, what else can I get you? Would you like to add this? Would they have that personal experience?
Yeah.
But it's important for me to be able to easily find an order if there's a problem and zero in through like our camera system and watch a smoothie made from start to end. And I can see if there's any mistakes to not just take care of the customer, but to identify something that I could correct or fix. So it's all these little things matter, but before we had a script where our food is made with ingredients imported from Italy, which I assumed everyone looked at my Instagram and looked at these videos where I walked the factories and I
Right.
walked the farms and brought everyone. I assumed everyone knew that. So what we did is we started at the very beginning getting complaints from customers because they're just looking at a drive-through and there's wording that they can't read. They just see pizza. And they assume, right? I'm saying assume a lot. They assume that a personal size pizza is 10 inches because someone decided it's 10 inches.
Right.
So when they get a 6-inch pizza that costs $12, they're like, oh my gosh, they'll hold up their hand, kind of like the OJ thing with the glove. They'll hold up the hand perfectly with the pizza and they'll end up saying like, oh, look, my hand is bigger. So I just, you
Set
take
expectations, right?
you take the criticism. It hurts. It really hurts. But It's constructive. The majority of the time, it's constructive where, like, okay, how can I fix that so it doesn't happen again? I'm going to write on there 6-inch pizza. I'm going to make sure the employees tell the customers. I'm going to, like, I just keep. So that's how the script came about. It was just a way for the customers to have an amazing experience and to kind of see what we've built for them.
Very cool. I have a question because you mentioned looking through cameras a couple of times now.
Mhm.
And you've also brought up the fact that you have a script, and we're tech guys. Like, this is stuff that we love, and we wonder what solutions would apply. So and there's a two-part question. So on the camera side of things, are you using some sort of computer vision solution that allows you to go, hey, here's the moments in time what's being prepared, and I can isolate that and look at it? Or is it more I'm looking through the cameras and seeing what's going on?
Oh, if I wanted to look at live, I could do the latter.
Right.
But
But are you
no,
using
I can
some
actually.
kind of tool that's out there doing that for you?
So there's several things, and I love like that tech. It's probably my favorite, not just because of what it does, but the people behind it and the corporation. They're great to deal with, and the fact that I think I've never had a problem with it, which makes it my favorite tech. But besides watching live, I can zero in. I can find an order based off of what they, the
Yep.
particular order number, the time of day. I mean, I could easily
Can
search
you
an
accent
item.
on the language, make sure your employee's saying the right things to them as well?
We can't, by law, we can't hear what they say.
Okay. Yep.
Don't tell them though. I want them to think I can hear them. But I'm kidding. But no, we can't hear what they say, but we
Yep.
know. So I don't know for a fact, but they know that they cannot not say the script.
Got it.
They
Got
need
it.
to say the
And
script,
then the
and they
other,
need to. They need to understand the script. It's not just memorizing it. They need to.
yeah.
So when I teach them, and part of being a power soul is teaching them to be a powerful, soulful person growing up in life, period, anyhow. Right? But it
Ooh, I
is
like how you did that. Being a powerful soul, that power soul.
it's a powerful, soulful person that goes over
Yeah.
and above to help others. That describes us as a
Yeah.
company, our employees, my investors, and even our customers. That's the person that you can count on, that you put down as your emergency contact if you don't have a close relative. It's somebody that you can call maybe several times at 2 o'clock in the morning and where you need help. It's that one person that you can count on that goes over and above to help others.
Love it.
So you talked about Instagram and that kind of thing before, and let's talk about influencers because
Mhm.
you have a unique take on this. But you have also, as the brand you are, the products you have, the way you conduct business, you have unique options when it comes to engaging influencers, or even
Mhm.
looking how you look at user generated content. So how do you look at that, and how do you think about partnering with content platforms and people on them?
So Power Soul was created based off my 15 years successful experience, 7 years off traveling the world, thinking about what I was going to do next, continuing my culinary knowledge, and then 2 years and 4 months putting it together by traveling to every single restaurant technology show and farms and factories around the world. I took apart everything I knew and put it all back together, rethinking everything, including my marketing strategy, which was the easiest thing to write because it's my favorite hat to wear. But when I originally put together our marketing strategy, I said, I want to do things differently. This whole thing is based off what I felt I could do better than what I did before. What could I do differently? And I felt that, and I've never been a fan of coupons for many reasons. I felt that it's not too much of brain science, but word of mouth. And in my opinion, I've always felt that social media is the best form of word of mouth. So it was built around social media. The 2% that we have for advertising in the first few years allocated from the each store sales is really for content creation and PR. It's really, and maybe it's partially due to like what I know we have, but in regards to social influencers, I mean, we are all influenced. This just happens to be on an app sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a big believer in it. I don't want to ever have commercials. I'm sorry for everyone who's selling advertising. I don't want to have commercials. I want to grow organically. I feel that that has more structure and strong building blocks than throwing a coupon out, coming. I would rather give something away for free for a day than to offer a discount and ask somebody to pay for something or a BOGO or a coupon.
Mm.
And I would rather tie it into a charity and give back where people feel like they're part of something bigger.
Can we talk about Shark Tank for half a second? we've watched the show and big fans ourselves. When you walked into that room, were you pitching a business or were you defending a belief?
I'm going to
Okay.
say that I was thinking, don't be nervous, don't be nervous, don't be nervous. Okay, I'm not nervous. Don't
Yeah.
be nervous, don't be nervous, don't be nervous, not nervous. I think I was thinking, don't think about it so much. I was hyper focusing on it.
Yeah.
So it was, and at the same time, no, I'm relaxed. It's really easy. Like you're in your head. You're in your head.
Yeah. Do they give you coaching going into the show? I mean, like there's a production aspect of it, right? And somebody says they're going to say this.
I'm not
they're gonna
allowed
say
to
that.
talk about
Okay.
trade
I'm
secrets in
so
that
curious.
regard,
Okay.
but I can tell you in regards to my audition that mine was on video. Thankfully, I didn't have to stand in a long line,
Yeah.
but I was coached to redo that video several times. What I learned was I thought that because of the reaction, say Chad has from, coming to the store, other people who know firsthand, I didn't realize that I needed to be happy and upbeat and comical and make people laugh at the same time when I'm talking about something so serious, like everyone deserves safe food. And it's not fair that this little kid who's 7 years old, who goes to Disneyland for his birthday, and tells them that he has celiac disease and verifies with them, are they using a separate fryer? And he gets sick and ends up in the hospital. That's not fair. And I can't help but not to tear up and get emotional. And it needed to be more happy and energetic. So that was a learning process for me, is to have a better delivery.
I still think there's power and vulnerability there too. So, but yeah, I different audiences, right? I think you wear your authenticity very well.
While we're on Shark Tank, I want to call out that we were fortunate enough to previously interview another restaurant chain that was on Shark Tank.
Really?
Duck Kwan of Cup Pop, a Korean barbecue in a cup concept.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Phenomenal guy, phenomenal story.
Anything in a cup works, or a stick.
And so I want to ask you, what are you hoping comes from the experience and the spotlight that'll be on the brand as a result of being on Shark Tank?
That really was my goal since day one. It was brand awareness. It was because when you create something out of the air, a brand new brand, I mean, it's a struggle to get people to try you, just simply because, again, money's hard to come by as it is in the economy and the world and etc. Right? So it's you have, or maybe you have a budget. So there's a new place that opens up. So, and then you're already busy. So another for somebody to like, hey, today I'm gonna eat something different and pay what, my $10 allowance or my $20 allowance on this place that I may not like. That's a lot. So brand awareness and getting people like, putting it out there where they have a more confidence in ordering for something new is really important to a brand. And with brand awareness is really that was my goal.
Are you you're franchising this, right? This is a franchise
Nope.
model? Okay, so totally company owned. All right, that was the question I was having.
That's again going back to what I felt I could do better than before. And I was I think at the time I sold the most franchises in the brand. When I say franchise, right, I didn't want to do that anymore. And I felt, and I created this where I didn't have to do a franchise. I could still have, people investing in me and my ability to take this without creating a franchise. To me, a franchise primarily benefits the franchisor and not the franchisee. The majority of franchisees, single unit, are not happy. The single unit franchisees generally are one and done in 1 year because those are entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs have big ideas. They want to do something different. They don't necessarily want to follow a cookie cutter design. And those two things don't match up. So when a franchisee goes in to and buys a store, buys a franchise, and all they're doing is buying a right to use the name to make money, but it comes with a long list of stipulations that you must buy from here, you must do this, or in threaten of taking away your franchise, lose all your money, right, or be forced to sell. And by the way, yeah, you can buy, for example, I use the example pineapple. You can buy a cheaper pineapple because what's the difference of pineapple and save $4,000 to $5,000 a year?
Right.
No, you can't. You can't. You need to follow this. And then even after all that, I'm not a supporter of franchise. Let's just say somebody makes it through all that.
Yep.
The higher construction cost, all the labor problems within the first 90 days or 30 days, losing the majority of their employees and going over their wife or significant others mad at them because they're never home and they work more than their employees and they get paid less because that's just the way it works. But let's say they make it all the way to year 2 or 3 or 4. My life is balanced. I've got some money in the bank. Come on, let's go take a trip. Oh, wait, what's this mail? We have changed our color, our spec, our signage. You are required to invest $50,000 to $75,000 in the next 90 days because we've changed everything. No, I don't want to do that. I'm taking a trip. No, you have to, because or you're going to lose the rights or be forced to sell. Well,
Wow.
who says so? Well, look at your document. Look at your agreement.
FDD.
It actually says we can change it.
Wow.
I didn't want to do that anymore. I
Yeah.
didn't want to do that. I wanted to create something different. That's why I created it where it's structured. It looks like a franchise. If you look at the company structure, it looks like a franchise, but we're not.
Okay. Very cool. Well, I know we're coming up on time here. We could go on all day. There's so much good stuff that you have going on.
Mhm.
But let's get in our rapid fires here. These are some fun, quick questions that you should be able to just go boom, boom, boom. And if there's anything that's a little bit too janky, it's okay. You can say pass. Are you ready to
Okay,
go? Okay.
I
Here we
am.
go, Dina. The rapid fire session is now yours. What's your go-to Power Soul order when no one's watching?
It depends on the day. My anti-inflammatory smoothie,
All right.
which has ginger and blue spirulina and pineapple juice, all things to reduce inflammation.
Love it. What's one food you wish you could make 100% safe overnight? Any food.
Anytime I come up with that idea, I do it.
Okay.
So I mean, like I just did tater tots. So I don't think I have. Oh, I know. Duh. Croissants.
Okay.
But you can't. You just can't by
Well,
design.
you had a magic wand in this one, so.
No, no, no. You can make it. You can call it a croissant,
Yeah.
but it's not going to be.
Okay. The shark you'd most want on your side and shark you'd least want to argue with. That's not a spoiler.
I wouldn't want to argue with anybody.
Oh, okay.
First of all, I want everyone to agree with me. I want everyone
but
to
among
align.
the sharks, which one would you want most on your side?
Good question. I'm going to say, well, the one that's not on there anymore, Mark Cuban. Mark
Okay.
Cuban, 100%, everything that I know about him identifies with what I've created, Power Soul Cafe. And he's not on this season. He would have, that's the one.
Okay. A moment in your journey that felt like, okay, this is either going to work or I'm going down swinging. You're on the precipice. You maybe have that hardship moment.
That's every day.
Every day.
That's every day.
Ride or die, baby. I love that.
That's
Okay.
That's every day. You asked like in regards to motivation.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever seen the play or listened to the soundtrack Hamilton.
Yeah.
It's about fighting harder no matter how hard things get. I'm not better than anyone, but I will outwork anyone and I will continue to go until I accomplish it. I listened to Hamilton, I think every single day while I was building this. And when I'm tired, I listen to, and the whole thing, I work harder and smarter. You said I had to do 4 pages. I'm going to do 144. That is who I am.
Love it.
So
You're not
every
throwing
day.
away your shot.
I love the extra.
Sometimes you only get one shot and you don't realize some of the opportunities you lost because you let your guard down and you thought no one was watching, because everyone's watching. So why not? You just do it and you will be seen.
Play every practice like it's the Super Bowl. I love it. I love it. I love it. Something people assume about gluten-free that's just flat out wrong.
They assume it's wrong. I'm sorry. They assume that it doesn't taste good. Just about everyone has tried Udi's bread. Like anything you try for the first time, if it's bad, you assume it's forever bad and you don't want to go near it. But gluten-free food, I can turn just about any recipe into gluten-free more than 90% of the time without you even knowing or missing gluten. So
Okay.
gluten-free foods have evolved and they've gotten better. In the past, it's more of been in the way of like, here you go, I took it out, eat it. It's been more of like medically treated food where it was bland or dry or crumbly. It has evolved, and it's not just with Power Soul, but with other manufacturers out there where it has got amazing.
Love it. All right. If Power Soul Cafe had a theme song, what are we playing?
Who?
What? Is it soundtrack to Hamilton or what's?
Yeah. Yeah. I like to say this sound called this Power by Snap is the one that I would select on Instagram. But basically,
I got the power. Is that the
exactly.
one? No.
Yeah. Yeah, that and really, I mean, yeah, from Hamilton, it's like just keep working harder and smarter and just no matter what, just keep going through. So between the two,
All right. And last question, what's harder? Building a business or getting people to change how they think about food?
how people think about food. You have no control how other people think or how, emotionally driven. It's that. I
Yep.
can't change everyone's idea of how they think about food, but what I can do is educate people and help to educate people of why this tomato tastes better and why it's better for you. And it's up to them. So I can't change that, but I can do my part in informing people.
Awesome. You can lead a horse to water, right? This is great. Dina,
True.
you're a wonderful breath of fresh air. I love your energy, love your passion for what you're doing. I can't imagine why this wouldn't be the biggest success in the country. I'm so excited, and I need to find a place to try this. Is it only in
You do.
Vegas? Where your locations at?
Currently, yeah, I opened up 3 locations and my manufacturer all within 4 months span. So currently Vegas,
Okay.
but I can tell you that every single state in the US has written in and requested us to come. Every single state in the US and around the world. So I know the demand is there. It has already shown us. Our sales, by the way, are 48% up over last year. And last year it was almost 30%. And it continues to grow. In fact, last month was our best sales in every single store, our highest sales. And this month, we're 42% up over last. The demand is there. The scalability, it's there. We're ready. We're showing up. We're at the starting gate. Let me go.
Love it. Love it. Well, this has been amazing, Dina. Chad, thanks for joining on this one too. I mean, well, Chad, thanks for finding this. I mean, Dina, you're a treasure.
you,
This is
Dina.
awesome. I look forward to seeing more of what you do out in the world, and we'd love to have a follow up with you at some point to see how things are going and learn more about what's going on in your journey. If people
Thank
want to
you,
meet
Michael.
you, see you, talk to you, I know that you said you were doing a lot of the shows, and I don't know if you're trimming off now that you got the business on wheels. Where are you going to be next that people might be able to have a conversation with you?
I'm still hyper focused. The first 5 years are the most important. So if I go to a show, it's here in town and it's for a minute and I run out.
Okay.
I mean, people communicating with me on social media, which all of it's, Power Soul Cafe. It's
Okay.
not hard to find me that way, or even in the stores. Like I'm mostly at the flagship store, which shares the building with our manufacturer.
Okay.
There's really no free time for me
Yep.
by design because I'm obsessed with this and I will carry it all the way through.
When's the book coming?
I'm not done with that story yet.
Okay. Well, books can be episodic, so I mean,
Well,
I know you got one in you.
it would have to be told by Sony, Disney, or ABC, which owns the right to my and Power Soul's story
Wow.
3 years after the last episode of this season. So they're going to have to tell the story.
Fantastic. Well, we wish you the very best of luck, Dina, and thank you so much for taking time with us. And to our audience, as always, thank you for being part of our community and letting us be part of yours. And in closing, much like Dina's vibe here, which is random acts of kindness, we love to sprinkle that stuff everywhere and ask people to do the same. You never know whose day you're going to make better, just like Dina made our day better by joining us and being here with us today to share her story. So for now, the ChatGTM podcast, Chad Horn and Michael Beck signing off with Dina Mitchell. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a blessed day.
Bye.